I am Dr. Said Ammar Nakshawani, and this message is brought to you by the Mohsin and Fawziya Ja'far Foundation.
Does Islam mean peace? I beg you, stop giving that definition. Wherever you go in the Muslim world today, a Muslim's get out card, whenever they're in a discussion or in a debate with anybody, whether it's on the media, whether it's their friends, they'll always say, but Islam means peace. And that couldn't be further from the truth. I'm not going to deny that one may look at a derivative of Islam and look at the word salam. And what do you hear every Muslim say to each other when they see each other? Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you, for example, or salamun alaikum, peace be upon you. So therefore from there, a person says that, look, Islam, salam, Islam therefore means peace. Well, the problem with that definition is not only could it be further from the truth, but that definition means that at any point in Islamic history that there's ever been a time where Muslims have got a little bit angry, that's the end of that definition. And in 1400 years, you may argue that Muslims have lost their temper once or twice. But then again, even us as human beings, you may ask me about somebody in my local community and I might say it's quite a peaceful personality. But that doesn't mean that if they saw someone bullied on the streets, they wouldn't go there and raise their voice and be somebody who's willing to speak out against the injustice that they see in front of them. You may see, for example, someone on the streets who's just been mugged. You may see, for example, someone who's just been harassed. If you then go and start raising your voice or even raising other parts of your body to stop what's happening, then at that moment, if somebody says you're not peaceful, it couldn't be further from the truth, because at that moment, what you're really trying to do is trying to show that as much as I want to be peaceful, there are moments that I need to stand up against injustice. Therefore, when Islam as a religion is described as Islam means peace, therefore Islam is the religion of peace, that does not help us when examining the history of Islam versus Muslims. Muslims have had certain parts in their history which are absolutely abysmal, quite horrendous, quite arrogant. Islam, on the other hand, when we look at the original meaning, submission to the divine will. And part of that submission dictates that when you see injustice anywhere, you've got to raise your voice. It's Martin Luther King in his discussions would always mention that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And it's vital for us to remember such lines. So therefore, when Muslims speak out in the way that they spoke out against the injustices that were taking place in Arabia in the early days and defending themselves in warfare, that does not mean that the religion of Islam is a religion that only looks for war, but nor should we then define it as a religion of peace. We don't want to go down the pacifist route. If I see injustice, then I must speak out. Part of submission to the divine will is that if I see unjust rulers, then I need to say at least one word or two. And if I can't, then my heart should not be at peace with what they do. Therefore, when Muslims out there all say that Islam means peace, Islam would never accept anything that's being done, yes, there are certain people who may use the name of Islam and distort the teachings of the religion, but Islam does not mean peace. Islam hopes that you may one day find peace, not only within yourself and within society. But further than that, any injustice that's there, someone has to speak out. Thank you for listening to this weekly broadcast. We invite your feedback to continue this dialogue.